Hello everybody and welcome to another game playthrough. Today we're going to be trying a print and play version of Gabe Barrett's new solo game called Hunted. So the game of Hunted is a situation where you're going to be like an action hero. It's your wife Sharon's birthday, so you decided to surprise her at work with some roses and the expensive chocolate that she's always craving. Your marriage has been in a bit of a rough spot lately, and you were hoping today would be a bit of a turning point. Little did you know that as you arrived at Kobayashi Tower, a group of terrorists were securing the building and rounding up everyone inside as hostages. You managed to elude them, but your wife has been taken and is somewhere in the building. Now, you'll have to work your way through the skyscraper, take out the terrorists, and rescue your wife while the terrorists try to hunt you down. So here we go. Designed again by Gabe Barrett. He runs the popular Board Game Design Lab podcast, Facebook group, and website. And I've loved reading his content over the years, and even was a guest on his show at one point in time. But what I'm going to do today is explain to you how the game works, and we're going to go through a play scenario. So we'll go from start to finish and see what happens to see if I am able to save my wife and get out of this tower before I die or before time runs out. So in the game you have a location deck, and to set it up there's going to be a roof card. You have to take that roof card and two random cards that you don't look at, you pile them together with the roof card, group them together and shuffle them up, and then you place those underneath the location deck. And once that's done, you now have your location deck, so you know that you're not going to hit the roof until somewhere in the last three cards. So it could be the 13th card, 14th card, or 15th card, but you know it's going to be a while to get there. So again, take two location cards without looking, mix the roof cards, shuffle those three cards, place them under the location deck. Next off, you take a look at your character board, and you should be at 6 health. Throughout the game, your health is going to move down further and further. And now when you're at 6 health, if you have a skill check of some kind, you're going to have 3 dice represented by the 3 cubes on this board. If, however, you take enough damage, oops, I got my magnet tracker there. If you take enough damage to get yourself down to 4, then for those particular rolls you're going to be down to 2 dice. And if you get down to 2 health, you've only got 1 die to solve skill checks because you're wounded. You just can't perform at top notch. You're also going to have 20 time, and throughout the game there are going to be things that will add and take away time, because if you run out of time, chances are the terrorists are going to get away or your wife may die. In the game you start with a handgun, and with that handgun you have 3 ammunition refills, and you have 4 bullets in the chamber at any given time. It says here you can have a maximum of 6 bullets in your gun, so if you happen to reload with ammunition, you will get up to, sorry, not 6 bullets. D6 is what the 6 represents, and the 4 represents how many bullets can fit in the gun at one time. So you can have 4 bullets on a 6-sided die, and if you use an ammunition token at any time in the game, you'll reload back up to 4 bullets, whether you have 1 or 2 or 3, or it'll just go back to 4. You also start the game with a re-roll token. So at any time if you make a roll and you don't like your roll, you can use that token to do a re-roll and maybe survive that encounter. So don't forget about that. There are other tokens in the game, so there are more ammunition tokens, and as you get weapons, they will come with a certain amount of ammunition refills. You have a couple of target tokens, and that just represents you put it on a card to show that you've killed one of the terrorists, and you may see that as this game progresses. And then there's key tokens, so if you use a key token, that allows you to open doors and get out of the building faster. And then you have some extra dice, so some guns or cards may require you to use more than 3 dice. There are guns that might use 2d10 or 3d8 or 1d12, so you'll see that as the game progresses as well. And there we go. We have we're going to be drawing cards into our kind of our play zone here, and then we do have this row here designed as our inventory row. So if we acquire items, they're going to go in here. So without further ado, let's get into the action. I'm going to play some theme music in the background here and see if we can escape this tower. So here we go. To start off the game, on each of your turns you have two actions you can take. The first action is to just draw a card and put it into this action zone. The second action you could take is to hide. And hiding is an action you can take if there's a bad guy on the table and you're worried about getting shot or you're low on ammo. And it helps you kind of reload the zone. But when we decide to do that, we will show you. And then throughout your turn, other than drawing the card, there's things that you can do with the cards. So I'm going to shuffle these up, shows that it's random, and we will put our first action card. So this one is something that has to be resolved immediately. It's called a standoff. It says test 5. If you fail, take 1 damage and discard a hostage. So when you have a test, what you have to do is roll the dice that you have, whether you have 1, 2, or 3, and you have to have at least one of those dice become a 5. If it doesn't, you're going to fail. So it's easier at the beginning of the game, but as you get wounded, that can be harder. So we're going to take these dice, shake them up, and we scored a 5, so we succeeded in the standoff. So what it says is, if you fail, take a damage and discard a hostage. Otherwise, we were successful. So no worries about that. We'll put that in the discard pile. Second turn, going to draw a card again, and we found a hallway. So you'll see on the hallway card, there is a bell icon on the top left. If you ever have 2 bells and there's a terrorist in your row, then you're going to end up having to fight them. In the left, underneath the bell, they are action icons. So the magnifying glass, the boot, or the key. That means that you can discard those from that row to try to acquire or activate another card. And then on the bottom right is the activation requirement. So in order for me to trigger this particular hallway, I would need 2 boot icons to activate it. So there you go. As for what the icon is on the top right, let me just quickly check the rules here. I must have missed that one. When you activate a card, the icon in the top right shows you what you gain. So a little boot icon represents that you gain a step forward or a location deck, which you can see the icon on the location deck itself. So there. All right, so let's progress. So we don't pick that up right now, so we can go on to my next turn, draw a card. We have another action here. It's another standoff, and similar to the last one. So we're going to take our dice, give them a good roll. We have a 6, so we survive the standoff. That guy goes over here. Now remember, the goal of the game is to get through the location deck, get to the roof. So right now we haven't accomplished anything in our goal yet. So now we have another hallway. It has a magnifying glass icon. So in order to activate either of these, we need boots. So we're going to go to our next turn, and we've got nothing here. Go to our next turn. We've got nothing here. Need a boot to activate all of these. You saw me shuffle, so here we go. We have a key option and a magnifying glass option, but still nothing we can do. So it's like we're entering the bottom level of this terrorist building. There's nobody there. It's a completely dead zone. Oh, but there's a terrorist in the distance. Now, if I have multiple bell tokens, which I do, this terrorist is going to immediately attack. What I could have done before I drew that is I could have tried to hide, but I forgot to do that. So what happens is if you draw a terrorist or a bell, and you have 2 bells at any given time on the top left, all of those cards get grouped together and thrown into your discard pile, so I basically lose access to them right now. And then you must battle this terrorist. So to battle a terrorist, you must use your gun. There's no hand fighting involved in this game. You can't fight a terrorist with your bare fists. We're not Bruce Willis here, come on. So this guy has a defense of 3, which means if I fire my gun, I have to get a 3 or higher to kill him. So I get to choose how many bullets I want to use, but if I fail, I'm going to take a damage. So I can be risky and just try to shoot 1 bullet, hoping I get a 3 or higher, or I could shoot 4 bullets and feel pretty confident I'm going to nail him, but then I use up all my ammo. So I'm going to roll 1 die. We have a 6, so we have succeeded in destroying him. So I'm going to throw my die down here. It's used. That bullet is gone, and this guy goes to the discard pile. So go to my next turn. Found a door. We found an explosion. Test 4. If you fail, take 2 damage. So Gonna roll these dice here. Oops. We succeeded, no problem there. We'll keep on going. We have a terrorist, but we only have one bell. So at this point I could choose to hide. So how the hide option works, we're going to do that right now just to show you. If I want to hide, what I have to do is discard all of the cards in the row to the discard pile and move my time track cube down by 1. It helps me avoid terrorists by getting rid of cards with bells before they draw attention, and get rid of terrorist cards before they trigger to attack. So what happens is, if I were to draw another bell card, this guy would attack me, or if I were to draw another terrorist card, the stronger terrorist would attack me. So I'm going to hide, go down to 19 time, and group these and throw them in the discard pile. So we're going to keep on going through this tower. We found a door, found a barricade, lose 2 time or fight a level 3 terrorist. I'm going to risk it and lose 2 time. I want to save my bullets. Alright. Oops. Here we have some ammo. So this one offers a boot if I discard it, or if I buy it for a magnifying glass, I can get the ammo token or the ammo card into my reserve. But this door, in order to open it, I need a key icon, so I can't use that right now. This one could give me a boot. Discard to add 1d6 to a combat roll. A grenade, so we have 2 bells here, 3 bells, so I know if I draw a terrorist card I'm going to have to fight him, so I should probably try to do something right now. What I could do is discard this door that's a magnifying glass to acquire any one of these 3 cards. So I'm going to do that, discard this. I'm going to acquire a grenade. Nope, you need 2 magnifying glasses for that. I only have 1 magnifying glass, so I can only buy the oxygen tank or the ammunition. So I'm going to grab the discard to add 1d6 to a combat roll. Actually, I'm going to grab this ammo card. So that's going to go into my inventory. I don't have to get the token right now. Alright, and then these stay here. So I'm still going to be in trouble if I draw a bad guy, but I'm going to risk it. We drew a bad guy, so these get discarded immediately. So I have 2 bells, and the bad guy's going to attack me. So he's got a 3. I'm going to be risky again and just roll 1 die. We defeated him, but I lose that bullet. So I'm down to 2 bullets, and I can't reload my ammunition before I fight. I don't think so. Let me just double check that rule in Gabe's rule book. Activating cards, inventory. They may discard it at any time to gain the effect listed on the card. So I could probably reload my gun. Yeah, I could reload my gun before a roll if I wanted to, but I would lose a time. Anyway, we're going to go to the next card and keep on going through this tower. We've got a magnifying glass. We've got 1 boot. Can't trigger either card there. A flashlight would cost a magnifying glass to acquire, or I could finally discard 2 cards and try to go down the hallway. So we're going to do that because I already have 2 bells and I don't want to fight again. So what happens now is I use 2 boots, and so on the top right there I trigger a location. So what happens is a location card is revealed and we follow through with whatever it says immediately. So we found a vault. I have a test 5. If I succeed, I gain a re-roll token. If I fail, I lose 3 time. So I'm going to roll those. Success, so I gain a re-roll token. Now I already had a re-roll token, so I guess I'm going to make another one. There we go. So that's that location, goes to the discard pile. And now we keep on progressing through this tower. Where's my wife? Bad guy, no bells, still safe. If I draw another bad guy, I have to fight him. Nope, there's a hostage. If I discard the hostage, I'll get a key, and if I use the key, I get 2 doors. So we're going to do that. We're going to discard that for a key token. The key token would go in my inventory, but then I can utilize that key token to open this door. And so when I open that door, I'm going to reveal 2 locations, and I get to choose which one, and the other one just gets discarded. So it kind of lets you progress through the game a little bit faster. I could go to the surveillance room, or I could go to the stairwell. I'm going to discard the stairwell and go to the surveillance room. So in the surveillance room, I may lose 1 time, which I'm going to do, down to 16 time. I'm going to draw the top 3 cards, draw, 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 and it's going to say discard one of them, place one on the bottom of the deck, and place one on top of the deck. Oops, I took one too many cards there. Alright, so let me take all these cards in my hand. I'm not sure why I had all those in my hand. We will group them, flip them over, put them back on top, shuffle, and now we'll draw 3 cards. 1, oh, it's making me draw 2 for some reason. Draw, deal. Might have been clicking too fast. Alright, so I've got 3 cards in my hand. I get to put 1 on the bottom. So I'm going to put hallway on the bottom. So I don't really need it. I'm going to put this walkie-talkie in my... 1 on the bottom of the deck, 1 on top of the deck, and discard 1. I will discard the ammo, and I'll put the walkie-talkie on top of the deck. And then I'll take my next turn, put the walkie-talkie on the top of the deck. I'll take my next turn. So I've got 2 bells. I've got to fight this guy. Whoops. Not hiding very well. So I've got to fight this guy. I'm just going to roll 1 again. Some pretty easy bad guys so far. I succeeded. But there are some tough ones, so don't think this game is that easy. Alright, keep on moving. We have a door. We have a med kit. We still have 1 bell. We have a hostage. Discard for a boot. Nope. We have another ammunition. Now that's a boot. Don't have any way to discard what I need to do anything yet. We've got a bad guy. We've only got 1 bell, so this might be a good time to hide. So we're going to take this, discard all that, put my time tracker up by 1, and we're hiding. Then we sneak back out, see what's going on in this tower. Find my wife. Alright. We have your door, we need a key. We don't have anything to get a key there, so we'll keep on going. We've got 2 bells and we have a terrorist, so unfortunately we're in combat again. So this is a 2-4 terrorist, so there's actually 2 bad guys here. So I am going to actually take a risk here and get rid of an ammo token. Oops. Get rid of one of these ammo tokens. I lost one. Oh, there. So then I reload my gun. And I'm going to take all 4 dice this time because I'm worried. I don't want to get shot because then I get weaker. So I take all 4 dice. I get to roll them. I'm shooting all 4 guns at once. Or all 4 bullets at once. I got a 6 and a 5, so I took them both out. But my gun is now empty. But that's okay. I will use another ammo token to reload. So I'll take my 4 dice back. Oops. Put them back on my gun. Okay. Whew, survived that encounter. On to the next one. We have a test here. It's an ambush. I have to roll my 3 dice. I succeeded, so if you succeed, search the discard pile for a radio and add it to your inventory. So I can search through here, find myself a radio if there is one in here. I think, yep, there's one. That goes to the discard pile. This radio adds to my inventory, and I proceed. All right. Whoops. All right. Sorry, had a little game glitch there. So So discard to draw 3 cards. If there's any terrorists, discard them. So that's a good one to use right away, actually. I'm going to use that radio. I'm going to draw 3 cards. If there's any terrorists, I get to discard them. Flip, flip, flip. That goes away. So now we have 2 bells and no boots. Now one thing no, I can't discard that for an icon. I can only discard that to activate a card. Got a couple hallways here, but nothing I could do with them right now. That can get me a magnifying glass. Doesn't help. That can get me a key. That doesn't help. Keep on going. That can get me a boot. Excellent. Okay. So we can discard this walkie-talkie for a boot icon, and then I can use that boot icon to jump through this hallway. So we go one more room, find ourselves the air ducts. Remember that from the movies? So we must do a test 5. If we succeed, something good happens. Roll. Succeed, yes. If you succeed, gain 1 time. Excellent. So we're one step closer to the roof, making our way up. Discard to re-roll a die. That's only if it's in your hand. Okay. Got 2 bells here. That means we have to fight the terrorist. So these go away. It's a 2 terrorist and a 4 terrorist. So I'm going to roll 2 dice this time. We're going to take a risk. Oops. Shake, shake, shake. We have a 6 and a 3. We've defeated both of them. Yay. Keep on moving, Mr. McCain. Oh wait, there's no McCain here. Hostage. Nothing. A terrorist and 1 bell. I'm going to hide. Sorry, hostage. I've got other things to find here. I will lose the time. Alright. Hallway. Search pockets. Test 4. If you succeed, gain a key token. Ooh, I like that. Search. Roll. Yep, we gain a key token. Excellent. So that goes away. Now it would be nice to find a door. Alright. This we can... don't have enough to discard anything. Alright. This can give us a boot, and we need a boot to activate that hallway, so I think there's an idea. Use that to activate that hallway to go to this room. Nurse's station, you may pay 1 time to heal 2 health. I'm not going to do that, so that goes away. I'm already at full health. Keep on moving, keep on moving. Sergeant Pratt. It takes a key to activate, 2 search icon cards, which I have. I'm going to do that. 2 search icons, they go over here. This guy goes to my inventory, Sergeant Pratt, and I can discard him at any time to discard a terrorist card as it's drawn, so that's pretty useful. Flashlight. Hallway takes 2 boots. Okay. Negotiate. If you succeed, gain 2 time. Alright, let's do that. I succeeded, gain 2 time back. Excellent. That goes away. Discard to draw 3 cards. I'm going to use this question mark to acquire this flashlight to my inventory. And I'm going to play the flashlight. So it says to discard to draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It says if you have any hostage cards, put it in your inventory. Reshuffle the rest. So I didn't have any hostages, so I flipped these over, grouped them back together, and reshuffle them back into the deck. Hostages can give you little advantages. So. Alright, next turn. Grenade. We have a door. We need a key to get through that door. I used my key to get that. I used my icons to get that. So I'm going to use this key token to open this door. When I open that door, I get 2 locations and I get to pick one. I always like that option, much preferable to a random hallway. And we have here either a guard station, lose 2 time to draw cards until you find a something card. Right now my pixelation is a bit high. And this one, succeed and gain a time, fail and take a damage. Oh, an inventory card, yeah. So I'm going to get rid of the elevator shaft and activate the guard station. I'm going to lose 2 time, so I'm down to 15, and I'm going to draw cards until I find an inventory card and put it in my inventory. So let's see what kind of cards we get here. No. Oops. So these cards are all going to get shuffled back. So I'm going to get this grenade for free going into my inventory. And these 2 cards will get grouped back together, put back into my main deck, and then I will shuffle it. So that's the guard station. We have 8 locations left. We're making our way. We're halfway through this game or more. So let's keep on going. So now we have a grenade and a grenade. They need magnifying glasses to trigger those. Got a bad guy, only 1 bell, so we don't have to fight the bad guy. What does this grenade do? It gives you a D12 when you detonate it. Keep that in mind if I have to fight these bad guys. You know what? Actually, I'm going to hide because there's 3 bad guys in there. Look at that. A 3, a 4, and a 5. So we're going to lose a time. Group all these together. We're going to hide out for a minute in the guard station and keep on moving. Hallway. Oh, it'd be nice to get that machine gun. It gives you D8s times 3 and has 2 ammo, so it'd be better than my D6s. But I'm not sure I'll get 2 question marks before bad things happen, so I will discard that for the boot token or icon and activate this hallway because I really want to make my way out of here. We found an atrium. I get to draw 5 cards. If one of them is a terrorist, it attacks me. Okay. Shuffle the rest back in the deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 cards, so that means we have to flip this over, bring it over here, shuffle it, and draw 1 more. Oops. Just want to put 1 in there. Forgive my glitchiness. All right. Do we have a terrorist? Yep. It says if one of them is a terrorist, it attacks you. All right. So we're going to go with the concept of the game where the biggest terrorist always attacks you. I'm not sure what happens in this case. And these get shuffled back. So shuffle those. I've only got 2 bullets. We're going to take a risk and see if these 2 bullets are enough. So we'll grab them. Oops. Grab these up. Come on, terrorists. 3 and a 3. So what happens is one of them dies. I take a token, cover up the 3 that dies, and I take a damage. First damage I've taken this game. Our hero is not invincible. He's not unbreakable. If you know that reference. Alright, I'm going to use up my last ammo token and reload my gun, because there's still a bad guy firing at me. This card's not over yet. And I have to roll a 4 or higher. So I'm going to take a risk and just roll 1 die. Success. So I do the 4 damage, and this guy is dead. I've got 3 bullets left. Alright, let's keep on moving. I haven't had to use my cards yet. Bad guy, that's fine. A boot. No bells yet. Okay. Nothing I can do there. Bad guy. I'm going to use Sergeant Pratt. I think this is a good time for Sergeant. So I can discard at any time to discard a terrorist card as it's drawn. So he does not trigger. Whew. Alright, draw my next card. I've got a couple of boots, but they can't do anything. Keep on going. 2 bells, 2 bells. We gotta fight this terrorist even though I wanted that door. That's a shame. See, took a risk. Didn't pay off. Group those together. Those go to the discard. I must fight this terrorist. He's a 5. I'm going to use 2 of these bullets and hope to get a 5. Oops. I failed. I'm going to use a re-roll token. I don't want to take any damage. Success. Sorry, buddy. You're going down. So now I'm down to a single bullet, but I can reload with this card at any time. That's okay. A hallway. Okay. Be nice if I can activate that. Another hallway. 2 bells. Okay, and a door. So this door needs a key. I don't have a key, but I can discard this for a magnifying glass or a boot. So I'm going to discard this for the boot. Use that boot to open this hallway and move away from the atrium into my next location. We found the bathroom. Lose a time to gain a health? Absolutely. Stay at full stamina. That was a nice rest room. Get it? Alright, keep on going. Bad guy, 1 bell. I'm going to hide in the bathroom for a bit. Get rid of my row of cards. Lose a time. Still got 12 time left, so I think we're in good shape there. And continue on. Walkie-talkie. Boot, distraction. Discard to re-roll a die. Got 1 bell. I think we're safe to keep those right now. Found a hallway that needs a boot. Let's do it. Discard the boot. Activate the hallway. Get out of the bathroom. Make our way to the boiler room. Immediately draw 3 cards. If any of them are a terrorist, it attacks you. So draw 3 cards. 1. Eek. 2. 3. Ah! If any of them are a terrorist, it attacks you. If it hits you, discard a hostage. I don't have a hostage. If any of them are a terrorist, it attacks you. We have 2 terrorists. So I'm getting attacked by 2 terrorists. I think I get to keep these cards. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to take that benefit just in case. But either way, I've got 2 hostages ready to gun me down. So first off, I'm going to use this grenade. So let's double check the grenade rule, make sure I play it properly. Grenades. To use a grenade, discard the grenade card from your inventory and roll an 8-sided die. If the number rolled is equal to or greater than a terrorist's target number, it counts as a hit. If you're fighting multiple terrorists and the number rolled is equal to or greater than multiple target numbers added together, you take out multiple terrorists. Alright, so we're going to take an 8-sided die, our first time this game, roll it up. We rolled a 3, so we just take out 1 level 3 terrorist. Okay, so we'll cover up that 3 there. My grenade is gone. Well, it was worth it. At least I got rid of 1 bad dude, bad hombre. Then I'm going to reload my gun with my card. So I've got all 4 dice. Use up that card. Gonna grab these 4 dice and give them a good roll. And that sucked. So I'm going to use my final re-roll token. Really using all the stops to survive these 4 terrorists. Grab all my dice and roll them all again. I'm not going to have any weapon after this. Oops. So a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 1. That destroys the other 3 of them. Whew. Lucky me. But now I'm completely weaponless. Alright. I'm not weaponless, but I've got no ammo. Let's put it that way. So let's just throw all these over here for now. But what do we have in the playing field here? We have a door that needs a key and a distraction. Okay. Draw a card. Bad guy, no bells. 2 bad guys, which means these go away. Oops. They go to the discard pile. The strongest bad guy, they're the same. I have to fight. Just gonna double check the rules and see what happens if I'm out of ammo. Run out of health or run out of time. If either track hits 0, you lose the game. Okay. Anytime you use a weapon, da. If you ever run completely out of ammo and are unable to attack, or your health drops to 0, the terrorist kills you, and your game is over. So unfortunately, I did not find any more inventory to keep this gun filled. I killed a ton of bad guys and got down to 5 locations, but I was not able to survive. Now, I didn't hide nearly as often as I probably should have in the game, so that could be to my detriment. So this has been a game of Hunted, designed by Gabe Barrett. So what did I like about this game? It was non-stop action. There was not a dull moment. Drawing the cards is fast and easy, so even if it feels dull drawing a card or two, you just keep on doing it and making those decisions. And speaking of decisions, you have a lot of them to make. You have the decision on when to use your tokens, decision on how many bullets to fire in your gun, when to reload your ammo, when to hide, which locations to pick, when to activate your cards. So many decision points that are going to impact your game. And just the visual of the game. So it's kind of bold to go with just 3 colors, black, white, and blue, but he certainly pulled it off. I mean, between the tokens and the beautiful handgun, the terrorists, the locations, really gives you that feel that you're in the shadows, in the dark, trying to hide, trying to escape. And what else do I like about this game? Well, take a look at this here. So this is his first version of a print and play, but if you look at the letters in Hunted, TED, I see here something very familiar to the world of Alien. Maybe a young Sigourney Weaver and an alien creature. And so if you picture this same game mechanic, but on an alien spacecraft trying to avoid these terrifying aliens, it could be a whole different dynamic to the game. Maybe you fight less and run more. Maybe you get to jump in a giant mech. So just really cool where the concept of this game could go in different situations. So this is just the Kobayashi Tower. So that was a game explanation and playthrough of Hunted, designed by Gabe Barrett. This is my second full game, and had fun playing both times. And I'm really thrilled to get the chance to actually get through the tower into the roof. And even if I did, I know that each time I play, it's going to be a whole different dynamic. I might have different weapons. I might have different locations in a different order that'll impact my game. So can have a lot of fun with replayability there too. So thanks, Gabe, for giving us a chance to try your print and play, and I wish you all the best in your final developments of this game and where it leads in the future.